Society has changed over the last 15 to 20 years, right? We've all seen it, we've all lived it, right? And I've been thinking about this a lot recently, right? Society is clearly broken and we've endured this. And it's actually kind of insane. It all started around the 2012 movement, I would mostly say. I mean, we could argue back to 2001 with the Patriot Act as well, and which led into a lot of different things with TSA at the airports and stuff like that, which truly has ruined just traveling alone. It's pretty much gotten rid of so much different things in society. Well, the first being there's no privacy anymore, no matter what. We heard this from Edward Snowden many years ago, and it's just when can we get this all back, right? And I don't think we can. I think this is truly the beginning of 1984 and 2026. This is truly how it is. We have next year and all the cars from coming out in 2027 that are going to have kill switches, and they're going to have different things in the cars such as monitors thing. I think it's going to be on the steering wheel. I think Toyotas have them now. I'm pretty sure some cars do have it. I think it was Lexus I saw videos on. And it's like, how far can we push this, right? And this is going to increase the insurance premium rates, or they'll say, hey, it's going to lower the premium rates, which honest to God, it's probably not going to. If we look really into this, right, how can that really be justified? Insurance rates now are insane. I'm just being honest with you guys. I know this is kind of boring, but it's like, it's really true. Like for my car, I mean, I'm paying over 200, like don't get me wrong, it's still like not paid off or anything. I just got it back in September, but it's like, I'm paying $230 a month for what? It's just insurance rates. People I even know who are in their 60s bought a new car, right? Or even 70. Like people I know, customers and stuff like that I talk to, and they're paying over like $200 as well. They're like, they never had an accident or anything. The other craziest thing too, so when I used to have a different insurance company, right? This is when I first got my car back in 2022, when I first had my first car. Pretty much what it does, right? If you have it on at night, right? If you have the thing that just tracks your speed or whatever, first off, don't download any insurance app. I just gotta be honest off your phone. Sure, they say it lowers it. So I used to work nights, right? That's mostly what my job was. My insurance rate went from like, I think, because I was a first time driver and I was a lot of problems back in 22. I think you guys remember. I was paying like 300 or something a month. It shot up to 490 after that. And I was like, why? And then I talked to them over the phone. They're like, oh, you drive later at night. And that actually affects your rates. And it's actually insane. I just don't like what's going to go happen next with society right now. We already know we have the phones and everything tracking us 24/7, what we're saying, what we're talking about. Or it's listening to us all the time. Alexa, Siri, it doesn't matter who it is. And that's why I always turn them off. It doesn't matter. It's still going to listen to whatever you have to say. Like if you go on Instagram, right, or TikTok, and you, I don't know, mention Toyota trucks or something, that's going to pop up as an ad, I guarantee it, or whatever you're into. It's how it is. And it's really sad that we've become this far. And there's no way we can really change this, and nobody's going to say anything about it. People just don't care today, and that's the problem to me. It's just kind of really pisses me off. Because don't get me wrong, I love cars and stuff like that. I love driving around, but it's like it's going to start controlling the way we have our own privacy. There is no privacy. There is no ownership. It's kind of like what the World Economic Forum said many years ago. It's like you'll own nothing and you will be happy. It's kind of like there's no physical games anymore. Every game now is pretty much digital. Like I don't really play video games as much as I used to, but it's starting to get to the point where it's just pissing me off, right? It's like, okay, so let's say you do buy something digital. You don't even own the thing anymore. It's just, I don't feel comfortable with that. Don't get me wrong, I have older games in here too, like discs and stuff like that, but like this is insanely old. This is Destiny, but it's like, it's just mind-boggling me. And I'm just like, how far can we keep going with that? It's like, I think about that a lot. I know I'm saying like a lot in this video, but it's just, I think about that a lot. This is why I prefer physical media. Like it doesn't matter what it is or what you have. It's just nothing will matter anymore. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. They're going to control everything. They can take whatever they want off the internet, right? Or they can change dialogue in TV shows and movies like we've seen on Netflix. I believe it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I could be wrong. They are swapping, they're cutting parts of the TV episode out. And that's just like, that's what they're going to do with the online. That's why you don't see newspapers anymore. Because newspapers would tell you the truth that happened, I don't know, 50 years ago. Now they can edit whatever they want. I saw an article I did from, God, I can't remember what it was. This is like a few years ago. I was going through my high school, projects and stuff like that. And it was on a history thing, and it said updated, right? This is an article from 2016 it was, because I was it was 2016 I did this project in 8th grade, and I was in high school still at the time, and it said updated like 3 or 4 years later. I'm like, what? Or it actually doesn't say updated, it says edited, and I'm like, wait, why? I'm like, what happened? Did they change something? And that's the thing we can all do now. Everything's like, it's easily changed and manipulated. And that's the thing that really scares me for the future, because people are already easily manipulated now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to argue 95% of the population is just like not out. They don't keep up with everything. And I mean, I can't blame them. You have family. You have so much different things going on. And that's like the problem if we look right now at the relationship crisis. This is what I'm going to call it, I guess, pretty much. Like, there's always a problem now with any relationship. I think Gen Z, like, if you get into a relationship, right, the average it lasting is 1 to 2 years. It doesn't last too long. And it's like, okay, so what is this? Is this a dopamine hit thing, or is it think they can do better? I think that's what it truly is one of those two things. And we all know this is a problem, right? We have porn being a problem right now. It's like, and that's everywhere too. It's something that I actually really get pissed off with, right? Like, you can go at the gym or whatever. I brought this up in other like videos. You go into like the gym or something, and there's some girl wearing the tightest shit on the planet. It's like, dude, it's like, where's your modesty? Where's that? And I don't like anything like that. Most guys don't. They're not going to take you seriously. You're not marriage material at that point. I just don't know. It's just so weird and creepy to me. You can't even go to the gym anymore without, just like modesty or anything. I remember last year I was going and there's this girl with a ring light on. I'm like, bro, come on. I'm like, seriously, you're recording yourself? And it's not even a big gym, it's a small gym too. And it was like, what, 11 o'clock at night? And I'm like, bro, like, what is wrong with people today? It's like the hookup culture as well has ruined a lot of people. And it emotionally ruins you too for pair bonding. You can't pair bond. And I think there was a study many years ago, I've read this a long time ago. After a woman sleep with the first two people, they can never recover after that. Like, they'll never love deeply again as much as the first two people they slept with, or who they truly love. That's who it is. Men can recover, like, or men actually get numb after the fifth. I remember reading this. I don't know how accurate it is. I would kind of argue that this is kind of true. After men get around with more than 5 women, they become emotionally numb. And there's a guy I was watching a YouTube video on not too long ago, and he seemed really smart, right? I'll just watch sometimes other videos, lower channels like my own. And this guy had maybe 1,000 subscribers. He was in college or something. He's a junior or senior, and he's talking about his hookup, what do you call that? I guess I don't know how you even like say that, your hookup career or something like that, but like the things he did, right? And he was talking about how, yeah, it's not right, it's made me numb and stuff like that. And then he starts blaming men in the video. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. It's a college kid who can't think for himself, and he thinks that men are the problem. He starts going off about how men are the problem in society and that we created all this issues. It's like, dude, that's not what happened. It's like, first off, the feminism wave actually truly ruined all of us. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, I never really comment on videos, but I had to. I'm like, dude, like, you're insanely wrong. I'm like, it's not us. It's like, we're not the problem. He's like, men are the problem because they don't really express their emotions to nobody. And it's like, dude, if we do express our emotions, women are going to throw it right back at us. So you can't really win in any situation there. And he's like, I don't blame women for being LGBTQ and all that other stuff. I'm like, okay, bro, you're lost. Clearly you don't know what you're talking about. You're some college. I got to stop. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's just like, how far can you... It just pisses me off. Let's just say that. It's like he wasn't thinking clearly. He was hitting all the points in the beginning, and then he just starts bashing men. I'm like, bro, you have no clue what you're talking about then. I was like, truly, most men I know are not the problem. I wouldn't say that's at least 90% of the men. They are not a problem. They just want simple things. But then you have this stupid shit. And then, don't get me wrong, this is where I want to lead into with fake friends, which a lot of people have nowadays. Because all these people have ulterior motives. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to be somebody out there who's going to be better than them. And I see this a lot recently. A lot of people are holding each other back nowadays, where there's so much fear to lose a friend group almost. It's like, I'd rather lose the friend group and be alone. I think that's just how it is. It's like, why would you want to be around people who don't even really want you there? Like, it's kind of weird to me. Like, they want to sink your teeth into you to make sure you can't level up or, be better. Like, I had this, incident before I talked about, I kind of just want to leave it in the past, but it's like, I'm thinking about it now, right? And this girl pretty much, she hated her husband with a passion. She would always, put him down no matter what, saying he's an asshole, he's not good for her, and that she's going to divorce him in a few years when she's done college and stuff like that. I'm just like, bro, it's like, who are you? It's like, why would you even put a man through that? Like, you got married at 18 and you're just gonna start bashing the guy? And the guy didn't seem like a bad person. I said this before many times. And I'm just like, I don't understand how you could do that to somebody. Like, is that just hardwired in our DNA? I don't think it is. It's just truly what people see online and go to college and they ruin themselves. And the thing is, right, I'm an advocate for college, right? But there is a problem because a lot of people can't think clearly for themselves and their followers. So whatever their professor tells them, they're going to believe. And that's where the big problems come in. Also, it's the political landscape nowadays. It's clearly a sham. I don't know if it is a uniparty or not. That's how it seems to me. I don't know if you guys would agree on that part. It just... We have that, the economy being so screwed up. It's like... No side really even cares, it seems like. Nobody really wants to do what's right for everybody else. Everyone's owned and lobbied by somebody, especially AIPAC or something like that, even though it should be registered under FARA, which it's still not after so many years. That's what JFK was trying to do back in the 60s. And it's like, I just don't care for the political landscape anymore. It's boring. It's just, we're constantly hearing retarded things from Trump because he's a failure. It's just like, bro, it's like, I was one of those hardcore guys for him. And I was part of that movement. It's like, bro, I can't. It's like everybody kind of left, like at least 90% of the people. It's just that whole thing there, it's annoying. I'm gonna be real with you. It just, I really can't take it no more. It's like, when can we actually start caring and fixing things around here? Do you know how much infrastructure we need in my area alone? There's potholes every 2 seconds, and it's actually getting insane. I literally had my car for like less than a month, literally popped my tire. I'm like, bro, because there's like fucking so many things. I saw all the cars lined up. I'm like, dude, what is going on the side of the road? Boom, I hit the biggest pothole on the planet. So I couldn't even see it. It was just like, I don't even know how that even like matched the colors. It matched the pavement. I'm like, bro, I'm like, how? You know, or, you know, just little things like that. Then we have the rise of AI, right? Which is something I've just always thought about. I just never really and truly enjoyed. And a lot of people just, they use ChatGPT now like it's their best friend. It's really creepy. Like, I seen that happen once. I'm out to eat, and this dude's just texting ChatGPT everything. I'm like, dude, that's not normal. And we're gonna start seeing this soon. We're gonna start seeing the chatbot buddy stuff more and more and more. A lot of people have no friends nowadays, if they do, because they're all fake. It's hard to get a real decent friend today. Like, I'm not trying to say like I can't, but it's like, you can't have that reliable friend in the corner. Like, everybody has excuses for every different thing now. It's like, bro, what's the point of even trying to have friends? Oh, I can't do this because that and this and that. It's like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that shit. Let's go out. Let's go to the gym. Let's go do something. But no, you always got to hear somebody bitching about something. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. It's like, I can't do it. But it's like, also the job loss is going to be, we're going to see that soon, which is just, it's truly ruining. This is why I'm saying this video is called Society is Broken, right? And I think there can be a big turnaround, but it's just, the job loss in the data centers are just really, I don't want them here, truly I don't. And I know what people are saying, oh, the China stuff, China this. It's just like, okay, well, let's go put them in the middle of the desert then or something. I don't know if that would even really work. I don't know how that environmentally would work. I don't think it would work out at all, honestly, but what do I know? And the last thing I want to say about AI is just there's no creative thought. There's no original thought there now. Because a lot of people are so reliant. I think it takes, what, 40% of your brain or something like that. There's like, it doesn't shut it down, but it makes it so reliant on ChatGPT where you can't even think for yourself anymore. And you can't be like, oh yeah, I got to write this down and that down. Oh, I can't, oh, I didn't think about that, or, you know. Which I've always kind of seen in people over the last 2 years in college. A lot of people just like constantly use it. And don't get me wrong, it's like AI versus AI now when you're in college, right? Your teacher's using AI to make sure you're using AI, or I'm sorry, you're like on your paper. And it's really strange to me. I'm like, how did this even happen? And to be honest with you, the detection of the AI system is not good either. We had this back in my college classes, and it picked up a whole Reddit story because I used, I think, 3 words that, like, I don't remember what the words were, honestly, but I used 3 words that most people don't really normally pick up. Popped up a whole Reddit story, said I copied 80% from Reddit. And it was some story about how a guy broke up with his girlfriend or something. I'm like, that's actually really funny. I was laughing at the time, but it's just like, how did that even happen? How does that even come up? So it's like, AI is not even really efficient yet. It's not that good enough, especially for professors and teachers out there. And one of the last things I want to talk about, and this is something I always kind of talk about on almost every video, because I don't like this and I don't want to see this in people, and it's this drug use. The first being SSRIs, right? This is something that I've always kind of wondered, and I never really liked that people are put on these. Now, there's been a whole different thing from the yellow pills or whatever you want to call them. Was it Valium or whatever it was from 1950 to the 60s that they were putting women on. It just, I just never truly thought these things were good. I think what we go through mentally over time is natural, if that makes sense. I'm really against a lot of like medications and stuff too, to an extent, because there's so many different things that happen with it. There's like a lot of people nowadays are kind of on Ozempic or Wegovy or something, and it's like, dude, how about you lose the weight naturally as well? But with the SSRI part, right? You see so many different people taking this now, and it's truly fried their brain. They can't feel nothing. They're not who they once were. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can't get that person back after. And I don't think a lot of people notice that. It really does something to people's brains, and I've seen this. It makes them more agitated, more sensitive. And especially if you're on more than one medication for SSRIs, it's just, a lot of people are not the same thing. And I don't think you need to be on 4 or 5 medications. There's a lot of people that are on that. And I wonder, I'm like, man, it's like, you should not be on that. It's not normal, it's not natural. It's literally turning a part of the brain off. And I don't know how a lot of people don't see this, and a lot of people are relying on it now, right? They take all these medications that hit up McDonald's, and it's like, bro, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, you're literally just trying to, like, fuck your brain up. Same with that, it's just, it's not something that everybody should even be on. I think you should try to like go through everything and try to like understand what happened, right? Or try to like at least, you know, accept it. It's going to take a long time to get over this, but it's like whatever you're going through, and you should not rely on these medications. And I think we're starting to see this now, that there's going to be a lot of different things in the next 15 to 20 years where somebody took SSRIs and mentally fucked them up for life. Besides SSRIs, we also have the whole thing with psychedelics now. I don't trust this whole thing with this. Now, I was really curious about hearing about this many years ago, but we're seeing so many different things when people get on these, they ruin themselves. I know a few people who've taken these and they are not the same person. They don't understand themselves now. They're more quiet. They're not happy with themselves. They're kind of just weird. And it's just like, it's like talking to somebody like you never know or knew anymore. It's really creepy to me. I don't trust these things whatsoever. A lot of the whole thing with the government, these weirdo hippies, were pushing this shit back in the 60s. And honestly, I'm going to say this, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I think the government was right to ban psychedelics. I don't think it was a wrong thing to ban. I just don't like it. I really don't. There's a few people I know who took them, not the same person anymore. They're weird. They don't understand themselves. Like I was just saying, it's just, I don't like it. I really don't. And they're telling me how it's a life-changing experience, but they're making even worse decisions. It's like, dude, who you were like a few years ago is a lot better. It's just, I don't understand this whole thing now with the society where they have to keep taking all these drugs instead of doing alcohol or something, like, which I'm totally against too, but seeing people go on drugs now is even worse, I think, than we once were with the alcohol stuff. Don't get me wrong, alcohol is terrible for you, and I just think drugs are way worse, personally. And I wouldn't want to ruin my mind. I feel like people are so strange now, they want to escape with drugs and all that other stuff. It's like, hey, how about you just sit down, we talk about your day or whatever, but a lot of people can't even do that anymore because nobody cares. And that's a big problem to me. And that's why a lot of people aren't in relationships, because these women don't care. They care about the whole lifestyle they have, the fashion, whatever that is, or the next item. And it's such a problem. It's like the whole thing right now too, which is like one of my other things I can't really stand in society, right? I know I'm saying this, is just that the whole abortion thing. I've been against it since I was born, man, since I first heard about this stuff. It's just like, I hate it. It's literally taking a life. You literally have something inside of you growing and you're killing it. It's just that simple. I don't know how we got so low IQ'd in America. It's just, or across the world. And this is why I really can't stand like the whole thing. This is why I'm very isolated as a person. I just don't want to be around people like this. You know, I was back in high school, we had debates and stuff like this, and I would just trash people. I would just get so pissed with it. Now, you know, I was always trying to keep myself level-headed, so I wouldn't get too mad to show that. I always would restrain myself, but that's the biggest thing in life I can't stand at all. You see these videos, people outside, like, you know, people going to abortions and stuff like that. And, you know, there's actually really cool. There's this one liberal guy I talked to many years ago. I used to work with him. And he was like, hey, man, he's like, I don't think you should get more than one. He's like, and, you know, I'm not for that either, but the way he said it was kind of like, hey, he's like, if you have more than one, you're a problem. He's like, if you're getting literally more than one abortion, he's like, you get cut off. He's like, you get blacklisted or something, which I think that would be better for society too. You should get blacklisted. You hear these videos talking about this one girl who had 8 abortions. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because you don't want your guy wrapping up or whatever. It's just really wrong. I don't understand how we've gotten this far. The other thing I want to say was 2 more things, and that's pretty much the weed. I hate the fucking stench, like the stench of it everywhere you go nowadays. You can't escape it. If people come into your job, your workplace like this, it's like, bro, it's like, how far are we like going in society, right? And the thing is too, this shit was not legal many years ago, and now the reason why it's gonna be legal is 1, it's gonna be taxed. 2, they're gonna get so many other people on these other SSRIs from the weed nowadays. And the reason why I say this is, right, it's causing people to have these not psychedelic outbursts, but these psychosis experiences where they're crashing out, or like there's a stabbing or a shooting. It's really weird how we've got, I know people are going to hate on me just for that part alone, and that's fine. You can look this up, honestly. You can find other stuff where people are getting this psychosis and makes them paranoid, which, you know, I've heard. I can't find this video. I've been trying to look for it ever since I started the channel. I mentioned this a few times now. I don't know if it was George Soros or something like that. It was one of those big billionaire guys, and they're talking about how weed was going to be legal in the future and how they're going to get people on more SSRIs from this. And it's like, okay, so it's like you kind of planned the paranoia, which is kind of obvious nowadays. It's kind of like the same thing when we found out that supposedly Coca-Cola and the Pepsi company back in the 1960s were part of, what's that called? I can't remember the word for it. Not Paperclip project. I can't remember what it is now, but it was part of that project. And it's like, okay, so it's like, yeah, I think it was Operation Paperclip. They had these other things going around with the Nazi program, and they were like, pretty much just, I can't remember the word now. I don't know why. I don't think it was Paperclip. It's something else. But it was in the 60s as well with the whole thing with Manson. Okay, anyway, just off different topic. But the last thing I wanted to say with this is birth control. It has ruined society for the worst. You're having all these, and I said this in the other video that did pretty well. It's just like, you're having this whole thing now where there's no accountability anymore. You're getting loads blasted in you. It's disgusting. And it's like, that's something that's meant for you to have a kid, right? And it's just like, nobody cares anymore for that. They're like, oh, it's about me, my body, my choice. It's like, dude, no, you're retarded. And I was saying this before in the other video. You have all these like teenage girls going on this stuff and they're not using it for what it's for. And you know, supposedly it's supposed to help your period, but I mean, it's really not. It's just like the morning after pill as well. I'm very hardcore against this. Or you have these abortion pills that are chemically, and it's like ruining people. It's ruining their stomachs. It's killing people. But nobody's talking about this outrage because people don't want to. It's not part of the program. It's not part of the message. And we're having a problem right now with just like fertility issues, right? And that's because birth control is in the water. And you have all these news articles. You can type this in right now, birth control in the water. They're going to say, oh, it's not going to hurt you. It's not hurting men or women. Or it could be in just like a normal plastic bottle. It's the same thing. And it's just like, how far can we push ourselves? This is why society is broken, right? And this is why the last thing I wanted to end up with is the outlook. And I wrote this down like, because that's how I normally do the videos now, so I know where I'm going off of, right? And pretty much I'm just saying this, right? We gotta be the change we want to see in the world. That's how I always lived my life, like for the last 7-8 years. And it's like even over the last year and a half, I truly have changed it for the better, I would say, more than anything. And I'm very proud of who I've become with that. And it's just, you guys have to out there, like, you know, I'm not trying to like push it and be like an asshole saying this, but it's like, you got to be that change you want to see in your life. You got to get up every day. You got to work harder and you got to get to where you want to go. Ignore people, get offline and stay off the internet. It's not worth it. Instagram, TikTok, and all that shit, don't even use it. YouTube's fine to use. I don't mind saying that. I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think YouTube's really a problem. I only use that mostly in Rumble if I want to go watch some stuff out there. And it's just like, I'm not trying to like, you know, what's the word people would use? I can't even think of the words today. It's probably because I didn't eat. But it's like, you take accountability for your actions, right? I don't want to sound preachy, but this is truly how it is. And it's like, I think we all need somebody out there in our lives. Like, I hold my friends accountable for this stuff. Like, I had an argument with a friend the other day, and he got so heated with me all the time. He's always getting heated. It's like, bro, just try to listen for a second. Always an excuse, but it's like, take accountability for your life and your actions, like the stuff around you. You can get out of wherever you are. It's going to be hard, but you got to believe in yourself. And it's just something I've always done. And I never used to believe in myself at all. I never used to think I could be better. And now it's like, okay, I'm like, I had that Kanye West type mindset where it's like, nobody's taking me out, only me. I'm not going down. I'm not listening to any retard out there who's never even really tried to live their life. Fuck the people around you. They're not worth it sometimes. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Some people just don't know what you're going through or who you are, and they don't really want to care. You know, they don't want to know who you are. They're giving you advice for stuff they don't even know or learn about. And, you know, it's just how it is. It's how life is. Don't listen to nobody but yourself. And know what you're good for, you know what you can handle. You know, care for yourself, you know, the best way you can. Take care of yourself, you know, it's the best way to live your life. Make sure, you know, you're groomed properly and stuff like that. Just, you know, so you look like you could take on the world. That's what I'm pretty much trying to say here. And I think this is something that's going to happen in the future. This is the last thing I really want to bring up, is just that women will follow us. That's the thing, you know. I mean, they're followers. Like, look at the colleges, for example. When they go there, they become these weirdo, trendy, weirdo, lesbian, gay, bisexual, whatever, LGBTQ weird stuff out there. It's true. But if we have more men on these campuses, too, masculine men, too, I think that would honestly help. It's truly what we need to see in society, but a lot of people don't want to accept that. I think we do need more masculine men back. We don't see it as much anymore. We have these weirdos like, you know, this is not to hate on some of these actors, but you have like these baby-faced actors, I would say, or these beta male dorks, kind of like Timothy Chalamet, right? I'm not trying to put him down or nothing, but I'm just going to say, for example, like, he was great in Dune, but it's like the way he dresses and stuff isn't normal to me. Or you have these weirdos like Harry Styles or whatever the fuck his name is. It's like, in a dress and shit. It's not normal behavior, and it's really just, it's tanking society. Now, they're put on this place on purpose, right? From, let's say the record labels, and we know who owns the record labels. That's what I'm, you know, putting at. They don't want men to be men anymore. They want them to be weak. And this is why you see a lot of do with like cowboy boots and stuff nowadays, because that's the last true masculine thing we have in society right now, if we really look at us. There's no samurais anymore. There's none of that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's none of that masculine figure. There's no Vikings, if that makes sense, or, you know, even like a Marine soldier. It's like, you don't, a lot of people aren't in the army anymore. I'm not saying they should be, but it's just like, there's no masculine figure, if that makes sense. And we need that. We truly need it. Like, look at the action hero. There's no action hero anymore. This is something I've really thought about recently, and I'm like, this is why society's broken. But we can totally get this back. We just have to take, you know, one by one. We have to understand what works and doesn't work. You know, even though this might sound sexist, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. I just think that's true. It's not, you know, I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. I don't think a lot of people aren't. It's just something that we've all noticed nowadays. But I don't know. I just want to end it there. Thank you guys for watching, truly. I think this is something that we should all take accountability for.